Hello, my name is Samuel Olaya, and today I'm going to present the case study I developed on Formula One and how they were able to develop the strategy to relaunch the Grand Prix in Mexico City after a 23-year drought back in November of 2015. So the Formula One in Mexico is the main topic here in the presentation, and how the race was created in 1962 and the different situations and transitions that they had up to uh, today. So it had been 23 years without the race. The last one was in 1992, and there are 21 races around the world, each one in a different country, and the latest country to join this select group was Mexico back in 2015. So for the literature review, localization is the term being used, and what localization means is being able to adapt a global product to a local market based on their needs, on their customs, on their traditions, on their beliefs, and also how they perceive different things in life. An example for this case is McDonald's in India, how they were able to remove beef from their menu in order to avoid religious confrontations, and also Taco Bell in Singapore, how they had to remove their Chihuahua mascot because dogs are considered as impure creatures. Now, Formula One was created in 1950 with races, especially in Europe, and track in Mexico City was built in 1959 by the president and by a group of wealthy Mexicans that had access to racing cars and to live in Europe. So the first race was developed in 1962. It was an unofficial race for the championship, but in 1963 it started as an official race, and it was very successful until it had to be suspended in 1971 due to invasions in the track and protesting that caused danger. So the race returned in 1986, 15 years later, and it was very successful with drivers such as Ayrton Senna seen on the picture, and it was very important until it had to be suspended again in 1992 due to safety reasons, and then returning in 2015. So the case study focuses on the localization strategy, and here you can see how they were able to use visual art from Western Mexico to paint cars and helmets and to promote them to the public and to the drivers. Another important part of the strategy was how they were able to blend with the lottery ticket. Lottery is a very important tradition in Mexico. Millions of people play it, and being able to represent it with a Formula One image was very important because that way they could attract the masses. Another important factor of the race is that the champion, apart from the trophy, they receive a mariachi hat, which is representative from Mexican culture, and it is a way to honor and to celebrate these traditions that no other country has. And finally, the most important aspect is how they were able to arrange the date of the race with the Day of the Dead, which is the most important Mexican celebration, and how the drivers and staff and safety crew were painted their faces as Catrinas in order to celebrate this tradition. The economic impact was very important. On the left, those are the revenues that are adding up to $2 billion, and on the right, how the Visit Mexico brand, which is linked to tourism, generated around $150 million during the past races. The spectators were around 330,000 in average for each of the years, which is very important. And also the jobs created during these previous races were around 31,000, which is very important as well. And in conclusion, it was a very successful strategy, also because the race was awarded as the best race of the season, and it has led to boosting economic growth for the country and also for the region because it also generates tourism around the world.